Pizza Tower. We're talking about Pizza Tower today. This game has been in my peripheral for weeks. I saw so many people playing this game or referencing it, so there was just a point where I said, nah, what the hell? What do I have to lose? And what did I think? Mamma mia, Papa Pia, mozzarella spaghetti. This game is fun. Pizza Tower is a game where you play as a man named Peppino Spaghetti, and his restaurant is being threatened to be blown up by a giant laser from a giant tower by a floating pizza face. Alright, off to a good start. So obviously he's got to protect his restaurant, so he climbs the tower and beats the ever-living crap out of some very interesting bosses. Hey, why does that blob of cheese have a gun? I am aware that this game is heavily inspired by the Wario Land franchise, but I haven't played any of the Wario Land games, so I'm going to compare this to a platformer that I am familiar with, and it does remind me of, which is the 2D Sonic games. And I know I'm going to be a bit bold by saying this, but the movement in this game is just the better version of 2D Sonic games. Now, before you go into the comments and types, "Wow, Ryan, for reviewing a game that's themed around food, you sure have bad taste." But hey, listen, let me cook. I've stated prior that Sonic has a tendency to just stop on a dime when he's going extremely fast in his games. And I'll say that does happen in Pizza Tower, but way less frequently. The charm of the movement in this game is that it is much easier to build your momentum quickly and much easier to keep it. You need time to turn around and continue the level? Well, that's fine by me. Skirt! The movement is one of the 3 biggest reasons I love this game, because it's designed to keep you going as fast as possible in every direction. You can hold in your momentum and do a super jump like in Metroid. You can gain even more momentum from downward slopes. You can do a little roll to get under smaller areas while still going really fast. See this wall? If this was a Mario game, there'd probably be some platforms for him to jump on to get to the top. If this was a Sonic game, there might be a spring for him to run into and then boom, on his way to the top. In Pizza Tower, Peppino just runs up the flippin' wall, because why the hell not? The second favorite thing I love about this game is its art style. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be put off by this pixel art font, MS Paint-esque style here, but it will grow on you very quick. This game is so expressive, and I'm not just talking about Peppino. The enemies, the interactables, the background characters, the obstacles. Why does this thing have a face? Why does anything have a face? Who cares? You're trying to climb a giant tower to beat the crap out of a floating pizza. Why is this what you're questioning? Now, in a game like Smash Bros., you slip on a banana peel and you just kind of trip. Kind of lame, but it's realistic. In Mario Kart, you slip on a banana peel, you spin out. Okay, a bit more cartoony, I like it. In Pizza Tower, you slip on a banana, and suddenly Peppino just turns into a frickin' tennis ball. The other facet I love about this art style is that everything is pizza. And by everything, I mean everything. The points you collect are different pizza toppings. The enemies you collect are also different pizza toppings, like dancing pineapples, pizza tanks, a literal pizza goblin, a tomato goblin, the flying anchovy monsters. My personal favorite are these little olives that are in spaceships, because when you interact with them, like you grab them or you hit them, they just go, ah! Because they have nothing else to do. The levels also help enforce this ludicrous theme of ridiculous cheesy-filled confliction. Oregano Desert, Crust Cove, Fast Food Saloon, Ancient Cheese, Refrigerator, Freezerator. Oh man, that was hard to say. Some of the shit in this game you can't make up. There's even a level called Oh Shit. Now, not every level in this game is amazing. Some of them are more fun than others, but they're not annoying or unfun, they're just based on personal preference. Like the level Don't Make a Sound, which is based off of Five Nights at Freddy's. And the reason I don't like this level is because there's jump scares that are extremely lame on purpose, and they still somehow scare me because I'm a giant freaking baby. Anyway, continuing, the level design in this game is high quality on both atmosphere, as I just briefly mentioned, and in platforming design. The way the level pans out allows the player to go as fast as humanly possible, but also forcing them to be conscious about what is in front of them. And this is helped by the fact that movement in this game intertwines deliciously with level design. And what amplifies how amazing this is that no 2 levels are the same in design, both visually and structurally. Each level has its own little gimmick that helps it identify differently with the rest of the levels, whether it's turning into a ghost, turning into a knight, rolling in a barrel, riding a sausage. Context matters, people. Mort the Chicken shows up, or this one level where the devs just said, screw it, let's give Peppino a gun and send him to war, because they can do that. To cement the feeling of how this game plays out, let me walk you through one of the best levels in the game, the Pig City, which starts you off with the funniest joke to ever exist. You go through the level and you're immediately given 3 new mechanics that weren't introduced in any other levels beforehand. A rat balloon that floats you up a little bit to areas you can't normally access. Well, actually, you probably can access it normally, but this is just a fun way of doing it. A sausage chain, which you can use to build up your momentum in place, and then switch to the other way and boost really fast. And rail grinding, which, I mean, come on, that's pretty dope. To progress through the level, you have to go through these taxis and collect these toppings, which have eyes, which do in fact pose when you hit the parry button. Oh, I forgot to mention that Peppino poses when you hit a parry button. Then, as you're collecting toppings, oh crap, it's the cops! So Peppino gets thrown in jail. Let's let him take a break. Oh boy, would you look at the time. It's the Gustavo and Brick Power Hour. You know, Peppino's employee that was being chased by a rat on the first floor of the tower, then on the second floor of the tower he fights the rat, and finally on the third floor he makes up with the rat and now they're best friends. Questions? Too bad, keep up. You play as them and they go through the level with their own separate mechanics. Like wall bouncing, Gustavo can kick Brick towards the enemies, and Brick can become a balloon by eating a rat balloon to get an extra boost and float in the air. You play the second half of the level and boom, John Pillar is dead. Time to get up before Pizza Face gets you. Oh, this thing has a name, it's called John Pillar, and you have to kill it to beat the level. So you run through the entire level again on a separate route from how you got there to change up the level, and then run back to jail, time to bail out Peppino who has to finish the rest of the level. You run through all the taxis and then make it to the end. That was one level out of 20. You can finish this game in an afternoon, but that is because there is no filler. It just keeps introducing the next gimmick, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next, until finally it all comes together for an amazing finale, which I will not spoil, but it is fantastic. The more I talk about this game, the more I keep loving it. It's goofy, it's fun, it's mwah! Also, if you played this game and started to sweat, does that count as another way of getting the pizza sweats?